They call me Haimke. Haimke, right? Okay. There are many titles, but the main title is I want to thank the distinguished Innovex and Shlomo Gredman and Dr. Yossi Vardi, הזוכים היקרים, כבוד קהילת המדע וההייטק בישראל, קהל נכבד. I want to thank my parents, my mother and father, my sisters, my wife, people I worked with, architect for 20 years, and my colleagues, my clients in Israel, מכללה של שם סמי שמון, מכללה אקדמית להנדסה בנגב. Let's start. Where is it? Go. Okay. This is life. This is what life is all about. High tech, low tech, no tech, but this is happiness. This is beautiful. And this is what we're born into, and hopefully we're going to die. And I invite you to close your eyes and sit on this chair and just listen to seemingly nothingness, but listen to the poetry of life and to the sounds of nature. That's beautiful. That's wonderful. It doesn't cost money. It's just life. And so I start with a poem, because poem is for the heart. And, you know, in midst of mist, drifting in calmness into nothingness. Or the first one, very, very important. Poems of morning, pearls of wonder in endless gratitude. And to my guest, Professor Tsai from Beijing, and Yuda, hello. This is, you can read it in Chinese, much better than Hebrew or English. You're welcome to Israel. You're part of our family. Yes, let's get to the real. 2,500 years ago, Confucius, a teacher in China, a great philosopher, lived, and this is his book, and it's very used because I use it as a teacher, as an architect, as a philosopher, I don't know, to my students. And 2,500 years ago, about 350 years prior to Huledet, the birth of our wonderful Rabbi Hillel HaZaken, a student of Kongtse asked him, is there any saying that one can act upon for all one's life? האם אפשר להגיד את כל התורה על רגל אחת? And Kongtse said, what you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. 350 years before Hillel HaZaken. אל תעשה לרעך מה ששנוא עליך. Two nations, same sentence, same philosophy. That's why, Professor Tsai, we're the same family. We're even using the same words. Respect, mutual respect, respect for men, for mankind, for nature. But there are many, many things which are equivalent, or which are parallel between the Jewish people and the Chinese people. Number 18, for instance. 8 Chai Mitzvot, and in China, 18 is a very, very important, lucky number, more than that. Education. The most important values in China and in Israel. Number 1 is the family, Jia, our family. Number 2 is education. Chinese and Jewish people, Israelis, education is the most important thing. And number 3, money. Chinese love money. We love money for security and safety, whatever the reasons are, but money is very important for the two nations. And when somebody passes away, dies, God forbid, the two people have Shiva. In China, you know, we know that we sit Shiva, but in China they sit Shiva 7 and 14 and 21, but 7 days and the door is open. Did you know this? This is Chinese tradition. And in China, even when you start your dinner, many places, the first dish is marak of chicken soup. We have it, you have it for thousands of years. Well, tell me, where does it come from? So we are families more than just colleagues or business partners. All right. So Kongtse and Hillel, where is China going to? And where are we going to? And this is the thing that we're facing in China every day. You see, pollution. This is a Chinese problem, and we have to solve it. We have is Chinese and other nations for the sake of our health. Environmental disease, another one is the car industry, which has to be changed. Chinese copied, unfortunately. Why do they have cars? They used to have bicycles, then they changed, and now we have this. This is a disease worldwide, and we have to tackle it through technology and innovations. And the last one, which is one of the last, there's so many, but we're working on it, is wall housing. Chinese lived in courtyard, Lilong, Sukhiyuan. What happened? Why are you living like the way you are? Well, we have to change that too. My late mother, and my late grandmother was born. Chinese saved 20,000. Consul Hu in Austria saved the lives of 20,000 Jewish souls. But this was during 1939, prior to World War II. But my grandparents ran away from Tashkent, and they arrived in Shanghai, and China saved the lives of my grandparents, and my mother was born there. Therefore, she received her life from China, and therefore I, and Gabi, and Tzipi, we all received our lives because of Chinese hospitality and great care. And so, this is part of the Jewish and Chinese bond, I think, for many years. Consequently, in 2009, I was a designer and a general contractor together with Lisa Roberts and our office to design the first building in China in Expo, World Expo 2010. This is a building that opened the windows of opportunities to China 6 years ago. Now it's all history because we're doing so many things in China. But 6 years ago, there was very little. And this wonderful person, one of his sayings was, imagination is more important than knowledge. Imagination is more important than knowledge. I didn't say it. Einstein said it. He probably learned it from somebody else, and it goes back maybe 5,000 years. And so, the bridge, CNN, yes, think dialogue with nature, start with nature. And 5 years ago, there was this film. Look how beautiful this is. Zhongguo Meili, beautiful China. Let's not destroy it. Let's work the China. It's beautiful. And this is the James Cameron Avatar. For the first time, the Hunan. Hunan is a province of about 65 million people, and Zhangjiajie has got about 1.5 million people in poverty for so many generations because nobody goes there. And maybe that was good because it kept this beauty. Yeah, look at this. The beauty of nature, incredible. And so, look at this. This is the location where the bridge is. And when I saw this, I met the client. And he wants to build a bridge. Why? Because he wants people to jump bungee, and he wants people to have, I have enough time, or running okay. He wants to have fashion shows on a bridge. So the bridge is not a bridge, it's a stage, it's the heart, where a lot of activities of culture and sports, like dancing, like music, like yoga. And I told him, why do you want to build a bridge? It's so beautiful, for God's sake, just to make money. And he looks at me and says, and then I said, okay, I realized that this Chinese developer wanted to build a bridge. He's going to build a bridge. 20 other engineers declined to do it because it's a very difficult location to design a bridge from one side to another, and logistics and all this. So I told him one thing. I told him in Chinese, Daing Shisheng, Daxiang Wuxing, which is Lao Tzu. 2,500 years ago, sound is invisible. A sound is unheard, and a form is sort of invisible. You don't see it. I said, I will do it with you only if you make the bridge invisible, make it disappear. And this is what I said. They all say it looks like a bridge and like a fairy tale, but all I wanted to do is disappear. So actually I did not want to design. I wanted to make it vanish into the clouds. This is the concept. People tell me. I said, no, I didn't design a bridge. I tried to make it disappear. And so everything about the bridge is as light as possible. The engineer wrote the poetry. Imagine, Chinese engineer. Thank you, BRDI, the Chinese construction company, which are fantastic. But he said that the bridge is as thin as a wing and as light as a swallow, as a little bird, snunit. Since when engineers describe their projects, physical projects, in poetry? Well, this is a Chinese poetry done by Chinese. So So you can see this, that the bridge is 60 centimeters and 400 meters long. It has already 10 records worldwide. And the only thing I wanted it to do is when the clouds come in, people will be between heaven and earth. Tiandijian. Nobody has ever been between heaven and earth. We always see it from pictures, but this is actually on glass. Why is glass? Because you feel that the glass, it's disappearing, okay? So these are the sketches and some of the engineering, a lot of engineering, a lot of safety, a lot of hard work went into that. 3.5 years, because nobody's ever designed a bridge and built a bridge like this, so there was no precedent. And therefore, how do you build it? So we had to do a lot of testings. This is construction in a factory of the 10-meter sections, and this is the bridge. You can see, I was all alone. 95% I went there alone, knowing very little Chinese, and I just spoke from my heart. I told them, well, sure, you tyrant, I'm Jewish. Well, sure, Israeli. I'm Israeli, and dying shisheng dashyang bushing. That's all I said. And they all were upset, but they all laughed because they understood that I care for Chinese culture. So here is the bridge. It's the longest in the world. It's a glass bridge, 400 meters. It's 300 meters high, which is the height of a tower, 100 floors. What? That's it, Sheva Dakot. Okay, I'm running. Okay, I'm running like the boy. And I'm running like, people are happy. Everyone is happy. This is the only thing that I know as a piece of architecture, that everyone is happy. A child, an old man, a young man, everyone is happy. Everyone is walking with a smile as if they are in heaven, between heaven and earth. So this is a wonderful project that makes people happy. I have to run again. Urban design. People, this is what the people used to live for hundreds of years, and you can see this. 3 years ago. Now, the return on investment for this project that is made out of air, return on investment is less than 1 year. Less than 1 year, ecological project, ecotourism. Because the bridge costs $10 million, $15 million, but you pay for tickets. 3 million people come, visitors, and in 1 year, not only they cover the cost, they start making money. So this is what the bridge did: eco-civilization, green economy, green financing, natural capital investment, green banking and insurance, GDP, we're talking about GEP. And what about the future? How are we going to live in the future? I have 2 minutes, but I have still a phone. So Xi Jinping, the president, says right now very clearly, unlike other presidents that I hope and I pray that they will get their senses back together. But invest in Green Mountain and Blue Rivers. President Xi Jinping, this is the type of building that I want to disappear. These are senior citizen homes, this is hotels, these are housings, cost the same cost, the construction costs the same cost as other buildings, but the buildings are about ecology and cheshire, pimchen, harmony. But the last thing is before the film, give me another 3 minutes. This is the generation of the future. Children who are 1 year old, 2 years old, these are our children. And they start working on these computers now. As soon as they're born, after 1 year, they're already working on it. And I want to finish one thing with the bridge is an icon in the world and all that, but in English we say I. And I is me. I is I want. I is ego. I want. I take. Okay? I want a house. I want cars. I want. But in Chinese, we say the same sound, I. And I means, Professor Tsai, I means love. The same sound. Instead of me, in Chinese, 1,300,000,000 people. When they hear I, they hear love, which is wo I ni, I love you. So I want to China to teach the world that the real sound of I is not me, but love. And since we have maybe 2 minutes, I just want to show you this film.
宣布张家界大峡谷玻璃桥开始合拢。
随着桥面的最后一块主体部分铺设完成呢，那么张家界大峡谷的玻璃桥是正式宣布合拢。我现在呢就站在这个玻璃桥的正中间，整个的大峡谷的美景是尽收眼底。那么往脚下看呢，就是300米深的峡谷，让人有一种心跳加速、双腿发软的无力感。
电视上看到美国科罗拉多大峡谷这个游行平台，确实感觉到它很震撼。我们可以建一个桥，就是玻璃桥，从大峡谷这一边东岸跨到西岸去。
上海世博会期间，终于有一只手朝陈志东伸了过来，他就是美籍以色列人杜唐海，上海世博会以色列馆的设计者，也成为世界生态建筑第1人。
Mr. Chen said, "Do you think we can build a bridge from here to the other side?" And I said, 为什么? Why? It's so beautiful. Why do we need a bridge? If we build the bridge, I want the bridge to disappear. Invisible bridge. That's why it's polychow. Because glass, poly, you don't see. So invisible is glass. And you stand between heaven and earth on poly. So invisible glass.
从决定接受玻璃桥的设计那一刻，杜唐海推掉了手里的所有工作，来到了张家界，看场地、找灵感、寻找可行性。2年后，一座云端宴会的玻璃桥在杜唐海的手中出现。
So I designed handrail like this. So people walk like this. And then the wind. And music. So very simple, but very dynamic.
Oh! 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 是的，厉害。7, 3, oh!
That's it. Do you know what? I think this might be safe.
下午的走秀就是整个天都是为我们这个爱苏布摩罗放晴了。爱苏布摩罗，加油！
走的时候一点都不害怕，特别刺激，我特别喜欢高度。有危险的时候，我就越来越 excited。